Hello, and welcome to Dr. Jae Francis YouTube channel. More details emerging. The targets of Trump's mass deportation. Today, I'm gonna talk about 1.5 million parolees who entered recently under Biden's CBP One application and humanitarian parole. Hi, I'm attorney Jae Francis. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer serving all 50 states. We're discussing important topic that affects many immigrants in the U.S. Changes in immigration policies and their impacts on individuals with a provisional legal status. If you or someone you know is in this situation, this video aims to provide helpful information. Recently, a memo from Department of Homeland Security introduced policy updates that have created uncertainty for individuals who enter the U.S. under temporary programs such as CBP One or humanitarian parole. These programs, established under Biden's administration, allowed more than 1.5 million people to enter legally, obtain work authorization, and find stability. As you may know, however, Trump's administration believed that these programs were unlawful. Thus, 1.5 million individuals entered the U.S. illegally. Whether the program's legal, illegal, will be decided with potentially multiple legal litigations. But today, we're going to talk about how updated policies direct immigration officials to prioritize expedited removal. Keyword is expedited removal for these individuals. We're going to talk about procedure and who will be affected today. We're not talking about legality of the program today. So before delving into the topic of expedited removal for recent parolees, let me briefly explain the two programs introduced under Biden's administration that allowed many individuals to enter the U.S. as a parolee. Number one, what was CBP One? The CBP One was mobile application launched by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. As you know, they're called CBP under Biden's administration. This application program allowed individuals to schedule appointments at port of entry along the southern border. The app was designed to streamline processes for certain individuals, especially asylum seekers, allowing them to enter the U.S. legally and avoid dangerous and unauthorized border crossings. As you may recall, under Biden's administration, many entered the U.S. unlawfully, and this was one of the measures introduced by Biden to crack down illegal crossing and then perhaps filter only those who potentially have a valid asylum claim. So, under this program, upon passing credible fear interviews, eligible individuals were often granted parole into the U.S., but just temporarily. However, this program was canceled by Trump's administration in 2025. Number two, What was the humanitarian parole program? The humanitarian parole program was designed for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and then Venezuelans. So this humanitarian parole program that we're talking in this video and other contexts refers to those who came from those four countries. This was once again implemented under Biden's administration, hoping to crack down or reduce illegal border crossing. So this program provided temporary entry into the U.S. for those individuals who meet specific urgent humanitarian or significant public benefit criteria. They also had to have a certain sponsors, financial sponsors in the U.S. to make this happen. This program was meant to help individuals, according to program's intention, fleeing violence, natural disasters, or other emergencies in their home countries. Under this program, individuals could obtain only temporary legal status, including work authorization, and potentially, if you have immediate family members, U.S. citizen spouse, and others, maybe pathway for other options, legally staying in the U.S. However, this program was recently paused by Trump's administration. Now, let's discuss how Trump's administration plans to deport the recent parolees with expedited removal. Number 3, what is expedited removal? This procedure is not brand new. It's been used for quite some time, and it can be confusing. The policy makers and news media use various terms: mass deportation, removal proceeding, expedited removal. But each term has a different procedures and meaning. So it's a good idea to be precise about what we're talking, what you need to know. So we're talking expedited removal. Expedited removal may happen at the point of entry, like airports, or if you try to enter the U.S. on land, like driving, it may happen at this landed point of entry. But expedited removal that we're talking today is the procedure targeting 1.5 million parolees who entered the U.S. already. They're here. And expedited removal, as I explained, may happen at the airport or landed point of entry for those who try to enter the U.S. But today, we're just talking about those who are already here in the U.S. under Biden's 2 program. So, what is expedited removal? Expedited removal is a process used by U.S. immigration authorities to deport certain non-citizens without a formal hearing before immigration judge. It means that there is no hearing. There is no hearing. This process typically applied actually to the individuals in the past who enter the U.S. without inspection or proper document, or have been in the U.S. for less than 2 years, or have not filed the asylum within the required 1-year time frame after their arrival. So once again, repeating, right? not filing asylum within 1 year of the U.S. arrival can be very challenging if you enter the U.S. with these two programs. Under expedited removal, immigration officer has the authority, legal authority, to issue a removal order on the spot. This is a key point. It's not by the judge. It's not by the judge or not through the hearing. Designated immigration officer under the law, if this expedited removal criteria applies, then they may issue final removal order on spot. This means individuals could be detained and deported very quickly, sometimes within days, without the opportunity to present their case in court. So this is sort of one of the ways that Trump will carry out, quote unquote, mass deportation. This policy is especially concerning for immigrants who may not aware of their legal options or lack access to legal representation. Number 4, who are the targets of expedited removal now under Trump? Let's break this down. So who is most affected? In the immigrants who entered the U.S. under the Parole program within the past 2 years. These individuals are now under heightened security as their temporary status make them one of the main targets for detention, fast deportation. Especially those who haven't filed asylum within 1 year deadline will be subject to expedited removal. Many immigrants are unaware of this strict requirement, which places them at higher risk of expedited removal. Without a timely asylum application, they lose critical legal protections that could shield them from deportation. Now, many of them have valid work permits and social security numbers. Are these sufficient for them to have a protection from deportation? Unfortunately, that's not the case. Having such legal documentation does not exempt individuals from expedited removal. Obviously, some abuse humanitarian parole program. In fact, because of this, even Biden's administration paused that program. So it was already noticed by Biden's administration that some abuse humanitarian parole program. But not all circumvented or come up with some smart schemes to get away from the requirements. Many complied. So those who comply with all the requirements of parole programs may face deportation under the new policy. Number 5, let's wrap it up and let me present my final thoughts. This is a challenging time for many. New policies coming up every other day. It's been very intense. Many will be affected. not only those who enter with a parole, as I explained in the previous video, those of you who have a final removal orders or serious criminal records will be immediately detained and deported. I'm gonna make additional videos when there's additional developments. Also, we discuss mass deportation into sanctuary cities like Chicago. There's been report that on January 26th, Sunday, actually, mass deportation in Chicago started. I'm gonna make a new video on this topic. Please share this video with your friends and family who may need this type of information. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more immigration updates and helpful resources. You can find me on every Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Time, because I do multi-stream live, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and adding Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And you can check our website as well. Thank you for watching. And remember, at Francis Law Center, my firm, we are here to turn uncertainty into opportunity. Stay safe. We'll see you next video. Peace be with you.